Good morning. Today is Monday, August the 8th, 2022. Just making a video today because remember last week Carnival came out and said no pre-cruise antigen test required for cruises less than 6 days, was it? Royal Caribbean came out and said the same thing, and everybody was waiting to see what NCL would do. Well, this morning they announced no antigen PCR test required for vaccinated guests for cruises of any length. That's right. My name's Stuart. This is Ship to Shore Cruise News. Let's talk about it. So Frank Del Rio has come out and said, and has been quoted, and I have to read this so I make sure I get it right. Frank Del Rio, President and Chief Executive Officer of Norwegian Cruise Line Holding Limited, was quoted as saying, "Our long-awaited revision to our testing and vaccination requirements bring us closer in line with the rest of society, which has learned to adapt and live with COVID-19 and makes it simpler and easier for our loyal guests to cruise. Vaccinated guests must still present proof of vaccination at embarkation and should meet the definition of fully vaccinated at the cruise home port, including the types of vaccines accepted, the number of doses, and any required boosters to be considered fully vaccinated." So if you're fully vaccinated and you're going on a NCL cruise, you just have to provide proof you're fully vaccinated. That's it. Going on a 3-night cruise or a 7-night cruise or a 14-night cruise, you just need to provide proof of vaccination, and that's it. Now, if you're unvaccinated and you're 12 or over, you will need to take that test 72 days, maximum of 72 hours prior to embarkation. And that can be a observed PCR or antigen test, whichever you can get. There won't be any testing at the port either, but it seems like they're making everything much easier for everybody to cruise. Now, one thing you have to remember though, they still have to comply with local regulations. So if the port they're visiting requires an antigen test, a PCR test, you will need those before you cruise. So if you're going to like Bermuda, Canada, some places in the Caribbean, I think Bahamas, they keep flip-flopping, you will need that test. But otherwise, just provide confirmation that you are vaccinated. That's it. Now, interestingly, let's see what Carnival and Royal Caribbean does in the next few days to see if they revise what they're redoing. Carnival over the last week has just been flip-flopping around with their decision about whether you need it or not to go to Bahamas. First you do, then you don't, then you do, then you don't. NCL has just come out and said, hey, you don't need it. You vaccinated? Got your card? Got your QR code? Excellent. Good enough. Get on board. But do remember, though, you will have to comply by local regulations of the protocols. That's the most important thing. So before you cruise, double check with the cruise line as to what exactly you need. Could be different if you're just going to Cozumel compared to if you're going to Nassau. Nassau? Oh, Nassau. I can never pronounce that place. If you're going to the Bahamas, could be different than going to Jamaica or Grand Cayman or any of the ABCs. Or Canada. Canada's completely different. You're going to need that test to come here. Anyway, great news. Thought I'd pass it on to you. Good talking to you. And yeah, I'll talk to you later. Chat later.